Let's talk about how to get motivated even when you don't feel like it. Welcome to Fastlane to Freedom. In today's video, we're going to explore how to ignite your motivation, even when you're at your lowest point. When getting started feels like the hardest thing in the world. Ever feel like you're stuck in quicksand, unable to move, drowning in your own lack of energy? We've all been there, and trust me, you're not alone. But there's a way out. A way to light that spark within you and get yourself back on track. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact steps you need to take to get motivated, even when you don't feel like it at all. So stick around, because this might just be the game changer you need. First things first, let's be real. Motivation doesn't just strike like lightning. Most people think they need to feel motivated before they act, but that's not how it works. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Let me say that again. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Waiting for motivation is like waiting for a bus that's never going to show up. If you sit around waiting to feel ready, you might be waiting forever. The truth is, motivation comes after you start. It's not about getting ready, it's about taking that first step, even when you don't feel like it. So, what's the secret to kickstarting your motivation? It's actually simpler than you might think. Start small, and I mean really small. Make the task so easy you can't say no to it. If your goal is to start exercising but you feel completely unmotivated, don't plan a full workout. Just commit to putting on your gym clothes. That's it. Once you've done that, commit to walking to the end of your driveway. What you'll find is that once you've taken the first step, it's easier to take the next one. This is called the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it right now. And if it takes longer, break it down until the first step is no more than 2 minutes. The hardest part is always the beginning. Your brain craves comfort, and it will find every excuse in the book to keep you from starting. But once you start, even if it's something ridiculously small, you generate momentum. That's because motivation isn't a burst of energy, it's a snowball effect. One tiny win leads to another, then another, and suddenly you've created a chain of wins that drives you forward. This brings us to the next point, the power of momentum. Think of motivation like pushing a car that's stalled. It's hard to get it moving at first, you need to push with all your might just to get it rolling. But once you get the car moving, it becomes easier and easier to keep it going. Your mind works the same way. At first, every action feels heavy and overwhelming. But if you focus on those small wins, you start building momentum. This is why consistency is crucial. Show up, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Because 5 minutes today leads to 10 tomorrow, and before you know it, you've built a habit. Habits are what keep you moving when motivation fades. Because yes, motivation will fade. But habits are like autopilot for your brain. They keep you on track even when you don't feel like it. But let's address the elephant in the room. What do you do when you're just not feeling it at all? When even those tiny steps feel impossible? Here's where the power of your environment comes in. Your surroundings have a massive impact on your mindset. If you're trying to focus, but you're surrounded by distractions, your energy will be drained before you even start. Create an environment that triggers you to take action. Maybe it's as simple as tidying up your workspace or putting your running shoes by the door. These little cues remind your brain of what you're supposed to do and make it easier to get started. Another powerful tool is using a timer, something called the Pomodoro technique. Set a timer for just 25 minutes and commit to working on a task for that short window of time. The trick is to give yourself permission to stop when the timer goes off. Most of the time, you'll find that once you start, you don't want to stop. The first 5 minutes are the hardest, and once you get past them, it's much easier to keep going. This technique not only breaks down overwhelming tasks into manageable chunks, but also builds your capacity to focus over time. Now, I want to share something that most people overlook. Motivation is not about feelings, it's about decisions. You have to decide to do something, regardless of how you feel in the moment. When you make a decision, you're taking control. This is why it's so crucial to focus on your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? If your why is strong enough, it will pull you through the days when you don't feel like showing up. Take some time to think about your reasons. Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to grow? Why do you want to change? Write it down and keep it visible. When your motivation is at its lowest, revisit your why to reignite that inner fire. Let's move on to another key technique: visualization. This might sound a bit cliche, but it works. Close your eyes and visualize yourself achieving your goals. Not just the end result, but the steps you take to get there. Imagine how you'll feel when you make progress, how your life will look when you're living the life you want. Your brain can't distinguish between imagination and reality, so when you visualize success, you're priming your brain to act as if it's already happening. This makes taking action a lot easier because you've mentally rehearsed it. Another way to break out of a motivation slump is to surround yourself with inspiring content. If you can't get motivated, watch or listen to someone who is. Listen to a podcast, watch a motivational video, or read a book from someone who inspires you. Sometimes, hearing someone else's story can spark the motivation you need to start your own. You're not meant to do this journey alone, and consuming inspiring content can give you the push you need to get started. But here's a warning. Don't just binge motivational content without taking action. It's easy to get caught in the trap of feeling productive just because you're consuming the right material. But real progress comes from taking action, not just from feeling inspired. Now, let's talk about accountability. It's easy to make excuses when nobody's watching, but when you're accountable to someone else, it's a different game. Find a friend, a mentor, or even an online community that aligns with your goals. Share your progress and your struggles, and let others hold you accountable. The fear of letting someone down can be a powerful motivator, even if it's just a virtual buddy cheering you on. And remember, accountability isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest with yourself and others, sharing both the highs and the lows, and making steady progress. Speaking of progress, celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Every step you take, every milestone you reach, deserves recognition. Celebrating your wins releases dopamine, the chemical in your brain responsible for feeling good, and it reinforces the habit you're trying to build. Don't wait until you've reached the big goal to celebrate, because motivation thrives on positive reinforcement. Reward yourself along the way and acknowledge that every step counts. It's about progress, not perfection. As we near the end of this video, I want to share one final crucial insight: the power of self-talk. The way you speak to yourself determines how you act. If you keep telling yourself, "I'm not motivated," or "I don't feel like it," your brain will believe it and act accordingly. Instead, try saying, "I choose to act," "I will show up today," or "I'm capable of making progress." Speak to yourself the way you would encourage a friend. Remember, you have to be your own cheerleader, especially on the days when you feel like giving up. In the end, motivation is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. You don't have to climb the mountain in a day. You just have to take the first step, no matter how small. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Take one tiny action today, no matter how insignificant it seems, and build on it tomorrow. The journey to freedom and fulfillment isn't about making giant leaps. It's about making consistent, small steps that add up over time. So the next time you don't feel motivated, remember, don't wait for the feeling. Create it. Take the smallest step, build momentum, and let your why pull you forward. And when you stumble, which you inevitably will, get back up and start again. Because every time you get back up, you're training yourself to become a person who acts, regardless of how they feel. And that, my friends, is the ultimate key to motivation. Thank you for watching Fastlane to Freedom. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the content that'll keep you moving forward on your path to freedom. Remember, you have the power to create the life you want, one step at a time. Keep moving forward, stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next video.